we like so far we've been able to, even a few years ago, right, we would say that it's our cognitive abilities that like set us apart. But now we have LLMs that can mimic some of those things that we didn't even think was possible before. Our motor abilities are still, far from being reached by robots or any kind of artificial systems. Um, but I think a lot of that has to do also with our biology, with how efficiently our cells are working. Some of those system, principles you started with, right? The efficiency of them, they tend to apply quite a bit more to other parts of our body that have been kind of optimized through even much longer evolution before that. Um, and so while I do think that this is a hard problem that's not, it needs a lot of work to be solved on the robot side, making robots with, LLMs that are sufficiently embodied. I personally do not think that is what sets us as humans apart. I think it is those internal models and our ability to reason. We can do very sophisticated things without moving a finger, just by thinking. People can, write entire novels about continents they haven't been to just from their, Paris apartment or something like that. And I think, a lot of those kinds of properties are things where we have built our societies around, and we have built, it's why the internet is such a drain on our attention, is because it connects us to a lot of knowledge and a lot of new things from all over the world. I don't think it is our, muscular systems that are going to be where, LLMs are suddenly going to become conscious because they are embodied. No, I don't think so.
Interesting. Well, I think that's a great place to leave it. Your work is fascinating, Marius. I want to thank you for your time. I encourage people to go check out your work and work sort of in the realm that you play in if they're interested in learning in biological systems, but also how some of these computational principles apply and some of the crosstalk between the ML world and the biology world. Is there anything you want to leave people with? Any final thoughts or things you want to reiterate from our discussion today?
Well, I want to thank you for inviting me again. It's great to be on your podcast. Um, I think the only thing I would iterate is that not the specifics of what we talked about, but rather I think the fascination around studying this system is real. It can be very exciting, especially if you're a student, if you're someone who's like me, 15, 20 years ago, looking for, some kind of interesting field, right? Because I had these mathematical skills that I felt like it wasn't that useful. Solving math problems, the kinds of pure theory math problems that professors in mathematics solve isn't directly impactful into the world right now. But you can take a lot of those same kinds of skills and you can apply them to these fascinating systems and study them. Whether you're trying to understand how brains work or how machines work, it's these complex systems that kind of have fascinating us for so long that I think are really worth getting into, because they can keep you motivated for very long periods of time, for many years, and probably for entire lifetimes and careers.
To read like I do, then you should check out the ReadWise app. It's totally free to download, and if you go through the link in the episode description or on my support page, you can get a free 60-day trial for zero cost. ReadWise is a really cool app that allows you to import digital highlights from over 30 different platforms such as Kindle, iBooks, PDFs, and more. It makes it really easy for you to review and find and share excerpts and quotes from whatever it is that you're reading, whether it's PDFs of scientific papers or books that you're reading on your Kindle, and you can even save and use highlights from physical books. I read a lot lot of physical books before bed, for example, or when I'm traveling. And the Readwise app actually integrates with the camera on your phone so that you can take a photo of a page that you're reading, highlight a specific chunk of text from that page, and export it to the app so that you can reference it or find it or share it later. They even allow you to export really cool looking graphics of some of the highlights that you have in the books or the papers you're reading so that you can share them in an engaging way. So check out the Readwise app today if you are a reader and you like to reference and organize what you read. Go through the link in the episode description or on my support page or in my free weekly newsletter at mindandmatter.substack.com and try the Readwise app 60 days free today.